Just when everyone thought the championship drama was over, a storm hit out of nowhere. A rival coach is now claiming that one of the biggest, most iconic hits of the series may have actually broken the rules, and that claim sent shockwaves through the sports world. Fans were furious, analysts were divided, and the league had no choice but to step in and investigate. After days of silence and speculation, the official results are finally out, and the truth is more explosive than anyone imagined. Was this hit truly illegal, or is this just frustration turned into accusation? One thing's for sure, this controversy just added a whole new chapter to an already unforgettable championship story. Stay tuned, because the fallout is far from over. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking baseball updates. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial stories in Major League Baseball right now, a shocking accusation from the Toronto Blue Jays coaching staff that Shohei Ohtani's Game 7 hit in the World Series might have broken MLB rules. And just when fans thought the dust had settled, the MLB has finally released its official investigation results, and the outcome is nothing short of explosive. So, let's rewind to that unforgettable night, Game 7 of the World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The energy inside Dodger Stadium was electric. Every fan in the stands and millions watching around the world could feel it, the tension, the pressure, the weight of history. The Dodgers and Blue Jays were locked in one of the most thrilling finals in recent years, tied late in the game. And then came Shohei Ohtani, the two-way superstar who's become the face of baseball, stepping up to the plate with everything on the line. With the count full, Ohtani swung and connected, sending the ball screaming down the right field line. The stadium erupted as it bounced fair, bringing in the go-ahead run that ultimately sealed the Dodgers' championship victory. It was a moment that instantly went viral, clips spreading across social media, sports shows, and highlight reels everywhere. Ohtani's hit became the symbol of triumph for the Dodgers and heartbreak for the Blue Jays. But as the celebrations continued in Los Angeles, something else was brewing quietly in the Blue Jays clubhouse: suspicion. Within hours of the final out, whispers began circulating that Ohtani's bat or his swing technique might not have been completely legal. At first, it seemed like frustration from a heartbroken team. But then, Blue Jays coach Dave Hudgens made a statement that changed everything. In a post-game interview, Hudgens told reporters that he believed Ohtani's decisive hit might have violated MLB regulations. He claimed that certain irregularities were noticed in Ohtani's equipment and in the way the Dodgers prepared for that specific at-bat. Reporters immediately jumped on it. What did he mean? Was Ohtani using an illegal bat? Was there sign stealing involved? Was this just sour grapes, or was there something bigger at play? Hudgens' comments set the baseball world on fire. Social media exploded overnight. Fans divided instantly, some calling the Blue Jays sore losers, others demanding a serious investigation. Hashtags like OhtaniGate and Fair or Foul started trending on X, formerly known as Twitter. Even neutral fans were curious: could one of baseball's most respected players really have broken the rules? By the next morning, the MLB office confirmed they were aware of the allegations and had launched a formal investigation. That announcement alone was enough to dominate every sports network headline. ESPN analysts debated the situation for hours. Was this going to be another Astros-type scandal? Would it tarnish Ohtani's legacy? Initial reports suggested the investigation would focus on two main things: Ohtani's bat and potential signal interference from the Dodgers dugout. Some fans claimed the crack of Ohtani's bat sounded different, suggesting it might have had illegal modifications. Others pointed out that Ohtani had switched bats moments before the at-bat, something not unusual for players, but enough to raise eyebrows after Hudgens' statement. Meanwhile, fans started dissecting slow-motion replays, zooming in on every frame of that iconic swing. TikTok and YouTube were flooded with fan theories. Some claimed they saw markings on the barrel of Ohtani's bat that didn't match league-approved models. Others accused the Dodgers of using advanced communication methods to relay pitch types from the Blue Jays catcher. It was chaos online. Through it all, Ohtani stayed calm and composed. He didn't lash out or make excuses. When reporters asked him about the allegations, he simply said, "I respect this game. Everything I do is within the rules. I have nothing to hide." It was the kind of quiet confidence that made fans either double down on their loyalty to him or question if it was all too perfect. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts also came to his players' defense. He told the press, "Shohei plays the game the right way. He's one of the most disciplined and honest players I've ever coached. These accusations are just noise." But the Blue Jays organization wasn't backing down. Behind the scenes, reports indicated they'd filed an official complaint and provided evidence they believed supported their claims, including bat model inconsistencies, radar data from Ohtani's previous at-bats, and even a timeline suggesting the Dodgers bench made unusual gestures before key pitches. For a week, baseball was consumed by this story. Every day brought new speculation. Some insiders said the league had confiscated Ohtani's bat from Game 7 for lab testing. Others hinted that investigators were reviewing communication logs from the Dodgers dugout. The situation got so intense that even retired MLB legends started weighing in. Former players like Alex Rodriguez and David Ortiz shared their thoughts on national TV. Arad said, "If there's even a hint of cheating, MLB needs to clear it up fast. But I'll say this: Ohtani doesn't need to cheat. He's that good." Ortiz, on the other hand, said people get emotional after losing. But accusing someone like Ohtani? That's a serious claim. You better have evidence. And then came the waiting game. For nearly 10 days, MLB fans held their breath as the league completed its investigation. Rumors were swirling that the results would either vindicate Ohtani completely or shock the baseball world. Finally, earlier today, MLB published its official findings. The report was long and detailed, over 20 pages of technical analysis, interviews, and data reviews. According to MLB investigators, there was no evidence that Shohei Ohtani violated any league rules during Game 7 of the World Series. His bat was tested and found to meet all approved standards. There was no sign of foreign material, corking, or illegal adjustments. Furthermore, the league reviewed the Dodgers' communication channels and found no evidence of illegal signal relaying or pitch tipping from the dugout. MLB concluded that Ohtani's hit, the one that sealed the Dodgers' championship, was completely legitimate. When the news broke, Dodgers fans celebrated like they just won another ring. Social media flooded with messages of support for Ohtani, praising his composure and professionalism. One fan tweeted, "The man just shut down every hater with class. Legend." However, not everyone was convinced. Some Blue Jays fans still insist that something doesn't add up. They argue that MLB may have rushed the investigation to protect one of its biggest stars and that the full truth might never come out. Meanwhile, Coach Hudgens released a brief statement following MLB's report. He said, "We respect the league's decision and accept their findings. Our goal was to protect the integrity of the game, and we're moving forward." While it was a diplomatic response, insiders say tensions remain high between the two teams. The next time the Blue Jays face the Dodgers, expect some fireworks. For Ohtani, this whole ordeal might just add another layer to his already legendary story. He faced global scrutiny, accusations, and an official investigation and came out spotless. In fact, many analysts believe this situation could actually boost his reputation even further. It shows that under the brightest lights and the harshest criticism, Ohtani remained unshaken. His teammates reportedly rallied around him during the investigation. Dodgers captain Mookie Betts told reporters, "We never doubted him for a second. Shohei doesn't need shortcuts. He's the real deal." As the season heads into the offseason, questions remain about how the Blue Jays handled the fallout from their coach's accusation. Some fans think it was a bad look accusing a superstar without solid proof. Others say Hudgens was just standing up for his team, frustrated after losing the biggest game of their lives. But one thing is clear: this controversy has reignited the conversation about transparency and technology in baseball. The MLB has promised to tighten its review protocols, ensuring that future investigations are even more transparent. They also plan to implement new bat scanning systems that can immediately detect illegal modifications before games begin. For fans, it's another reminder of just how much scrutiny today's game is under. Every play, every swing, every sound is analyzed in real time by millions. In the digital era, no moment goes unnoticed and no accusation goes uninvestigated. Ohtani, for his part, seems ready to move on. He posted a short message on social media after the MLB report went public, saying simply, "Truth always stands. Thank you to my teammates, fans, and everyone who loves this game." It's the kind of quiet statement that speaks volumes. No bitterness, no gloating, just calm confidence. Analysts are already calling this incident the Ohtani controversy, a moment that will be remembered as one of the strangest twists in recent baseball history. A moment that began as a rumor and ended with an official clearance from MLB itself. And it's not hard to imagine how this might affect future rivalries. When the Dodgers and Blue Jays meet again next season, the atmosphere will be electric. Fans will be watching every pitch, every glance, every swing. Will there be tension? Absolutely. Will it make for great baseball? Without question. As one commentator put it best, baseball has always been a game of inches and integrity. And in this case, both stood firm. For Ohtani, his legend just keeps growing. He's already one of the most dominant players in the game's history, a two-way superstar breaking barriers and rewriting records. And now, he's proven that even under suspicion, his game holds up under the harshest spotlight. For the Dodgers, this vindication adds another layer to their championship story. Not only did they win the World Series, but they defended their title amid controversy and came out untarnished. For the Blue Jays, it's a painful reminder of how emotions can run wild in the aftermath of defeat, and how easily a few words can spark a national storm. But at the heart of it all, this was about the love of the game, the passion that makes baseball fans care so deeply. Whether you side with Ohtani, the Dodgers, or the Blue Jays, one thing's certain: baseball just gave us another unforgettable chapter. As for what's next, Ohtani is already looking ahead. Insiders say he's planning to take a short break before beginning his off-season training program. And knowing him, he'll use all of this as fuel to come back even stronger, even sharper, next season. Fans are already flooding ticket sites, hoping to catch the first Dodgers-Blue Jays rematch. It's more than just a game now, it's a storyline, a showdown, a clash of pride and redemption. So what do you think? Did the Blue Jays overreact? Or was their coach right to question what happened in that crucial moment? Was this controversy blown out of proportion, or did it expose something deeper about today's game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate isn't over yet. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update about Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers, or any major MLB drama. This story might be settled for now, but in baseball, there's always another twist waiting just around the corner. Stay tuned, because if history has shown us anything, it's that when Shohei Ohtani steps onto the field, something incredible is always about to happen. And speaking of incredible, that's exactly what's happening right now across the baseball world. Even after the MLB officially cleared Shohei Ohtani, the story hasn't completely died down. In fact, the aftershocks of this controversy are spreading through front offices, media panels, and fan communities like wildfire. It's become more than just a question of whether Ohtani broke any rules, it's become a reflection of how powerful his presence in the game really is. Because let's be honest, no other player could spark this kind of global discussion over a single swing. We've seen controversies before, but this one hit differently. When it involves a player as clean-cut, talented, and respected as Ohtani, it forces everyone to take a step back and think about what baseball has become in this hyper-analyzed, tech-driven era. Let's talk about that hit again. Even now, replays of Ohtani's Game 7 double have racked up tens of millions of views online. Analysts have broken it down from every possible angle: the pitch location, the bat speed, the launch angle, even the reaction time of the Blue Jays right fielder. And what they've found only reinforces one thing: it was a perfect swing. No tricks, no gimmicks, just pure, elite-level skill. Ohtani's hit came off a 98 mph fastball from Jordan Romano, one of the hardest-throwing closers in baseball. StatCast data shows the ball left Ohtani's bat at 113 mph with a launch angle of 21 degrees, textbook power hitting mechanics. The odds of turning that specific pitch into a hit in that moment were incredibly low, and yet, Ohtani made it look effortless. That's not cheating. That's greatness. But the interesting part is how the MLB handled the investigation. This wasn't some small-scale review. According to sources close to the league office, the investigation involved forensic bat testing, digital replay synchronization, and even sound analysis. Engineers measured the frequency of the bat crack to detect any differences that might suggest hidden modifications and found none. They even looked at data from Ohtani's entire postseason. His bat exit velocity, contact point, and spin rates were consistent across every game. In other words, nothing about Game 7 was out of the ordinary except for the pressure. That's what made his performance so special. Still, even after this massive clearance, debates continue. Some fans argue that MLB's findings came out too quickly, claiming a superstar like Ohtani would always get the benefit of the doubt. Others counter that the league couldn't afford to let any doubt linger, not after the sign-stealing scandals that rocked the sport a few years ago. Inside MLB circles, this situation has quietly become a case study. League officials reportedly want to use it as a blueprint for how to handle future controversies swiftly, transparently, and with data-driven conclusions. Because in today's world, perception is everything. If fans lose trust, the sport suffers. Meanwhile, over in Japan, Ohtani's home country, the reaction has been overwhelmingly emotional. Japanese media outlets covered the story around the clock, showing their national hero staying calm under immense pressure. Fans filled Tokyo's streets holding signs saying, "We believe in Shohei." When MLB cleared him, celebrations erupted like Japan had just won another World Baseball Classic. That global love for Ohtani is what makes him so unique. He's not just a player, he's an international ambassador of baseball. And now, after being wrongly accused, his reputation may have actually grown stronger. Because when the world questioned him, he didn't fight back with anger, he let the truth speak for itself. Inside the Dodgers clubhouse, the mood has been one of vindication. Teammates reportedly gave Ohtani a standing ovation when the MLB announcement came through. One player told a reporter, "We knew it all along. He doesn't need help to be great." But in Toronto, things are more complicated. The Blue Jays front office is reportedly trying to manage the fallout from their coach's comments. Some insiders say ownership wasn't happy that the accusations were made so publicly without solid evidence. There's even talk that the team may quietly review its internal communication policies to prevent future media outbursts like this.